welcome back. I'm so excited to do this video. So excited. Okay, so last night, which was Monday, I watched Big Hero 6 for the first time. I watched it in 3D on Blu-ray, and I hadn't seen it in the cinemas, which was weird for me because I usually go and see the Disney classics, like this is in the kind of Disney classics line, in the cinemas all the time, and this one I didn't get a chance to see. And I was kind of always like, oh, really bummed out about it. I was like, oh, I would have, if I was going to go see a movie around that time, I would have gone and seen Big Hero 6. But nevertheless, it came out on Blu-ray and I got a chance to see it last night, and I was not disappointed. I was really excited for this movie, but I didn't really know what it was going to be about because I hadn't watched the trailer, so I was kind of going into it completely blind. And you know, with not having known much about Big Hero 6 before, I was just like, oh yeah, okay. I knew it was based off of a old Marvel comic, so I kind of knew it would have kind of some superhero vibe, and that was all I really knew. And let me just tell you, this movie is so good. This movie follows up from Frozen. You know, the one movie before it in the Disney kind of this line is Frozen. Frozen was such a big hit. Everybody loved Frozen. It was fantastic. But I might even prefer this one to Frozen. So yeah, I feel like that is, you know, saying a lot. I mean, Frozen's not my favourite Disney movie, but I really did enjoy it, and it was a great one to have, you know, come out recently. But Big Hero 6, it's so cool and so good. I was so happy after I finished watching this, but it definitely has its sad moments, it has its happy moments, it has its funny moments. This is one of the first movies in a long time to make me absolutely laugh out loud. Like, there was one point I felt like I was laughing too, like, there's, you know, there's other people in my house, and I was like, I'm laughing too loud. People are going to wonder what is going on. Like, what am I doing? It was just so funny. Okay, so now basically, I'll just kind of give you a little synopsis of the story, but not too much, because, I don't know, I don't want to give too much away if you haven't seen it yet, because I think everybody can enjoy and watch this movie. So I don't want to give too much away. But later on in the video, I will be doing a spoilery discussion for people who have seen it. So yeah. Anyway, so, Big Hero 6. We have this boy called Hero. And he's 13 years old, and he's very clever, he's very smart, he's kind of like a boy genius, and he's very into science and robotics. This I thought was a really, really cool aspect of the film. The fact that, you know, he was really clever and really nerdy and stuff, I really, really liked that. He has a brother who goes to this kind of robotics nerd college, they call it nerd college I think, or nerd school. And all his friends, is there a picture of them on the back wall? There kind of is, you've probably seen a picture, like a group of them. They're all like, you know, these kids who, or teenagers who go to this nerd place. They're all really into science and robots and making stuff, and they make some really, really awesome stuff. So they're all kind of really into that, which I really liked. And Hero comes up with this kind of invention of this micro, oh my god, what's it called? Is it a micro robot? It's this little micro thing, and I'm not going to tell you what it does because it is really, really cool. And that was really awesome. And basically then, somebody gets their hands on it who's not really supposed to, and it causes some problems. So that's kind of what we really need to know. But Baymax, who is like another of the main characters, he is a robot who was invented by his brother to kind of, he's kind of like a healthcare robot. He's supposed to, like, if people are injured, he's supposed to, you know, scan them to see what's wrong and help them out. And that's basically what Baymax does. But Baymax is so cute and so funny. I loved him. He was my favourite character in this movie. Honestly, you will fall in love with Baymax no matter what. He's just so sweet. You just can't help but just love him. And he just looks, he's just great. I loved Baymax. Okay, so like I said, we've got Baymax, Hero, and then all the, you know, science guys. And I really liked that it kind of showed that they were really smart and that it was a really good thing. I really liked that it kind of encouraged that, you know, in a Disney movie. And yes, basically then, well, you've probably seen from the trailers, like I say, it has got a superhero element. But the great thing about this movie is that they don't have, like, superpowers built into them. The superhero-ness that they have, superhero-ness, you know what I mean, the superhero-ness that they have is all things that they've kind of invented and created for themselves. And yeah, that's all I'm really going to tell you about the story. So, it's a great story. It's really, 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 I was so surprised. It definitely has its sad, heartfelt moments. I was like, oh my gosh. And it definitely has funny moments. It kind of has everything. This movie is so good. I was so happy watching it, but then again, so sad at parts and just, I don't know, it was all things. So yeah, I really, really, really enjoyed it. As you can tell, I definitely gave it 5 stars, and I will be watching this many, many, many times. Okay, so now before I get into the whole discussion, spoilery stuff, I want to talk about the 3D on this Blu-ray because I was actually very pleasantly surprised. Disney isn't my favourite for 3D, but I enjoy watching 3D movies just regardless of how fantastic 3D is. But I do kind of like to give a opinion on the 3D always, so that if you don't buy too many 3D Blu-rays and you want to kind of buy the best ones, then you can kind of get an opinion. So basically, Frozen was, which is another Disney movie that I've got in 3D, was okay in 3D. I liked it. Disney do a lot of depth, which is really, really great, and I do really like. But DreamWorks, you see, which is another animation studio, do their 3D so well that every time I watch a Disney one, I'm always a little bit disappointed. I feel like they haven't done as much with it as they could have. I don't know, I'm always like, oh, they could have probably done a little bit more with the 3D. But this one surprised me. If you're going to pick up a Disney movie in 3D, this I think is my favourite 3D Disney movie. It's not absolutely mind-blowing 3D, but it's so good. It's just great. It just adds a lot to it, I felt, because there's flying scenes. I won't really tell you why. I mean, yeah, there's flying scenes. There's some flying scenes in this, basically, and they look so good. And there's a scene towards the end, and it was beautiful in 3D. Like, it was so stunning. I can't tell you what the scene was. I will in the spoiler bit. So if you've seen the movie and are just curious on the 3D, you'll find out later. But if you haven't, I will tell you there's a scene at the end that looked so good in 3D, and I don't know, I loved it. It definitely kind of made it more of a bigger moment, and I was like, wow. It was like a moment, and then the 3D just really added a lot to it. So I definitely do recommend picking this one up in 3D if you enjoy 3D movies, and if you've kind of been a little bit disappointed with the Disney 3D in the past, I feel like this one definitely steps up its game, and I do recommend it. It does do a lot of depth again. There's not too many pop-out moments and stuff, but I feel like you can really notice it, and definitely flying around the city of, I think it's like a futuristic San Francisco, this call San Fran, Tokyo. Yeah, flying around there looks beautiful, and that scene at the end just really makes it worthwhile of checking out in 3D. I thought so personally anyway, so yeah, I definitely do recommend it. It is a Disney movie in 3D that I have probably enjoyed the most for the 3D aspect, so, and I will definitely be watching it again in 3D. So yeah, it's kind of just a bit of a 3D opinion. I'd probably give the 3D 4 stars. It's not quite the, I don't know, it's really hard to rate 3D because it's two different things, like the pop-out 3D and the depth 3D, so it's really hard to kind of figure it out. But like I said, it's not the best 3D I've seen, but it was definitely worthwhile watching in 3D, so hopefully that'll help you out a bit. And like I said, there were some scenes that it really did add something to. Also, I feel like I should add, this one is definitely my favourite animation movie of 2014, of which there was quite a few that I really enjoyed, but this one definitely just makes my favourite for favourite animation of 2014. So yeah, I definitely do recommend it. If you're an animation fan and you haven't seen this one, you need to see Big Hero 6. Okay guys, so now it's time for the spoiler bit. I feel like the sun is on my head, I'm so sorry. But anyway, the spoiler section, discussion section, I am so excited to talk about my favourite bits in the movie, the bits I loved, the bits I thought were so funny. So if you haven't seen the movie, definitely just go check out the movie right now. Honestly, you will not regret it. I'm sure even if you don't think it's the best movie, you don't get 5 stars, you'll really still enjoy it. Yeah, so definitely go check it out. And yes, for all you people who have seen the movie, this is some more in-depth thoughts and discussion and stuff. So, firstly, the bit that made me laugh a lot was when basically Baymax takes the little micro robot to find where it's going to go, and like that whole bit, him trying to find where it's going to go, him getting through the window, and then when he's in the police station and he runs on low battery, that was so funny. And I feel like, I don't even know if I should say this, but I felt like it was so funny because of this. I feel like they kind of made the low battery Baymax kind of like almost like a drunk Baymax. Like, it was so weird in a Disney movie, but it was so funny. Like, when he got back into the house, I could not stop laughing. I thought it was just so funny. And then of course the cat. I mean, how can I not mention the one little line with the cat? If I had a cat, I would totally, have done that bit with the cat. Yeah, so he calls the cat a hairy baby, and it's so cute and so funny. I absolutely loved that. I was very surprised about the brother the brother dying, I didn't know that was going to happen. I was like, oh wow, I didn't know. Maybe it was in the trailer, it was right at the beginning of the movie. I didn't know that was going to happen. The explosion looked quite cool on 3D though. I was like, ooh. But I was like, oh, okay. Because I had no idea where this was going to go. It started and I was like, oh, right, this is what the movie's about. So yeah, I had no idea really where the movie was going, so that definitely really surprised me. And then, you know, we carry on and we meet the others, and I liked, what's her name, Honey Lemon. I liked Honey Lemon the best. I thought her skill was really, really cool. I liked her outfit. I liked her superhero thing. I loved how they made that superhero. I loved the song. What is it, Immortals, Fall Out Boy. That was really awesome. I really liked that. Yeah, that scene was great, and I loved that Fred lived in that massive house. It was just like, oh yeah, here we go. That was really cool. It was all really cool, to be honest. But I think really the scene I really want to talk about is, well, the whole thing was really clever actually with the portal thing, and when you don't really know who the villain, because the villain was the villain, but then you know, the other guy was kind of in revenge. I liked that. I liked that little twist. But the end portal scene, oh my gosh, that scene was so sad but so beautiful. It kind of was like a space scene, and that's the scene that looked so good in 3D. I was like, wow, this scene. It was a really, really, really cool, beautiful, but so sad. I was like, oh wow. And I was really hoping that he would get the chip, and then like, you know, in that bit you see that he doesn't, or you don't see him get it, and I'm like, oh, so sad. And it was honestly, I thought that was really sad, because I love Baymax, and I was kind of hoping, oh, I hope there's a second one. The whole way through I was thinking, oh, I really hope they'll make a second one of this, and then when that happened I was like, oh, well, they can't make a second one without Baymax. And yeah, but then of course when he has the fist and he's got the little chip, I'm like, yes, I was so happy. And then the end was so cute, it was so exciting. But that portal bit was like, you know, where they go rescue the girl, and it looks all space-like. It looked, I don't know, I was just so surprised. It looked so amazing. And like I said, the 3D on that bit, I really just enjoyed it so much. But yeah, as for random things that I just want to say, that's kind of all really. I just kind of really wanted to say that the portal scene I thought was incredible, but very, very, very sad. Another thing that I thought was sad was when Hero has turned Baymax to kind of be evil, I guess, and then, you know, he wants to take out that good chip again, and then Baymax won't let him, and then he shows him, what's his name, what's the brother's name? He shows him the brother in his screen. That was really sad as well, but that was really amazing. It was just such a good film. This film was so good. I loved it. I just did. You know, it was just great. All of it was good. I'm going to watch this again very, very, very soon. I am very excited. It was just so good. It had everything. It was quirky, it was different, it was superheroes, it was funny. Very funny. I definitely found Baymax very funny. It was funny, it was sad, it was heartwarming, it was happy. At the end, I was smiling so much. I just kind of left this movie feeling really, really great, and I don't know, I've been really excited about it ever since I've watched it. So I definitely, well, you people, you've already watched it. You people here have seen it, so yes, watch it again. Let me know your thoughts on it. What did you think of Big Hero 6? I would love to know what you guys think of this movie in comparison to the other recent Disney movies that have come out over the past few years. So like, you know, Frozen, Wreck-It Ralph, Tangled, and then, you know, Princess and the Frog. Yeah, I'd love to know what you think about in comparison to those. I feel like I'm really impressed with this movie. I really, really just enjoyed it so much. I feel like Tangled I loved. Wreck-It Ralph I feel like I liked, but I was a little bit disappointed in. Frozen I loved, and then this one I absolutely loved. I was a bit worried it was going to be another Wreck-It Ralph. Well, the problem is I don't dislike Wreck-It Ralph, it's just I didn't love it as much. I didn't know whether that was because of me being a girl, and not to be stereotypical, but I guess I liked the princess movies more, and so I wasn't sure, but then again I really like superheroes, so can't really go wrong with this. But I also really like video games, and Wreck-It Ralph just didn't do as much for me as the others, whereas this one I loved. So let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. What did you think of Big Hero 6? What was kind of your favourite bit? What did you think about it in comparison to others? And what did you give it out of 5 stars or 10, whatever you rate out of? Let me know down in the comments below. Until then, guys, I will see you next time. Thank you so much for watching. I loved it. It was great. Until then, I will see you then. Goodbye!